what is the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality?
Yeah, so augmented reality is more like combining the real world with techniques so that you can interact with the real world with the help of for example wearables or technical items.
What is your opinion about why would augmented reality be innovative in your opinion?
Well, first of all, it gives us like a new way to interact with computers, right? Because you augment the reality with like new interfaces, like some kind of data that you add in the reality, so that you can really make use of like new ways to see information, to get information.
Augmented reality has a big influence on supply chain, and what would be your opinion about when applying it to the service industry, for example in hotels or restaurants?
Yeah, it could probably be helpful. As you already said, the supply chain, there are many studies about how it can be probably used to combine the real world and find information about the support what you have to do or what you must do in your current work. And probably there's a way in the hotel industry. For example, just came in my mind cleaning personnel which has probably several rooms to clean up or something like that, and there probably can augmented reality items help to know where to go to which room must be cleaned, and this is somehow interactive, and these tools could probably help to find a way to the exact room and have maybe a list of tasks what to do there.
So definitely the last one, I think, is
increasing efficiency, increasing handling speed, everything would
but also increasing the quality, because
definitely.
Because by having, for instance, like a smart glass on you can quickly check a certain checklist whether or not you completed all tasks.
Yeah, for example,
especially when cleaning a room, for instance, it could be like valuable to see whether or not you have completed all tasks already.
Would augmented reality make the world more sustainable?
Tricky question, I would say.
And I think
augmented reality is not changing really something in this perspective. Again, it's more on presenting information to a user in a completely new, different way. And I don't know if that really influences sustainability. It's more like efficiency and stuff.
Do you think augmented reality will completely take over the industry? Or do you think there is a possibility for augmented reality to actually basically completely take over the industry?
Yeah, personally, I think it will not take over completely. So I think there's more a chance for supporting several parts in the industry, several processes or working areas. And as we said, that I think it will increase the performance, work performance somehow, and make it a bit easier and faster and more efficient.
Okay, so
I think it's also still in its infancy, let's say, because like many smart glasses are just like one tiny display that you have before your eyes. So that doesn't make it possible to really augment reality often. I mean, like you see sometimes these movies where you see like holograms or something. That's almost impossible with most smart glasses, unless you have like things like the HoloLens, but that's so big and the battery life is so bad that it is not really changing the industry yet, let's say.
you consider augmented reality as useful in your hotel slash restaurant? But let's take hotel in this example.
Well, I think for the hotel it's very useful, but mostly for the staff. So there will be an opportunity for guests. I still doubt it. I have to see if that works, but I'm a bit on the...
In your opinion, would be very interesting to implement augmented reality?
It will be very interesting, and I think it will be interesting also for guests, especially in a whole building with something new like that. That will be very special.
And what kind of information would be useful? So, for example, for staff where they're currently struggling with where augmented reality could be a solution.
Well, it will be very useful if staff for mainly, I think, housekeeping department, they can see which room is already cleaned, which kind of guest is staying, which hotel room is currently booked or not booked, what is a long stay or stay over. That kind of information could be very helpful. Other things would be a reception desk. Without checking every room, it could be able to see which guest is inside, when guests are probably arriving.
Bearing in mind what the possibilities are with augmented reality, do you believe this is something that has huge potential in the future? Would this be part of the adapt or die mentality later on, say within 10 years, 20 years?
I think it's not a question if it would be possible to adapt. I think we all will go along with it. And first it will be a hype, but then you will see it probably in every hotel, every big organization, because I think it's very helpful if you have the possibility to see all kinds of information fast instead of searching through a booklet or maybe an iPad or something like that. If it will be there in your eyesight, it will be very handy.
So, prices for the augmented reality glasses could add up to about 950 euros. Would you be willing to invest in this technology in case you know for certain that it will improve efficiency and quality of the service within this hotel?
If I know for certain, I will be able to invest that kind of money. But then it's always facing the numbers. So would it add up? Like if it's possible to at the end skip certain staff members, what will be easier or less pressure on the staff cost? Then it would be, of course it would be reliable.
So when you're really looking at the privacy perspective, do you think it's reachable for in the hotel industry?
I think for staff it will be. For guests it will be a little bit harder, and you have to check what kind of information you would be happy to give out, because guests are mostly on their privacy. They come here and don't want to be bothered around with all kinds of information that they're not finding useful. And lots of guests are coming in, don't want to give their names or email addresses or telephone numbers. So that's already what we have during the booking. So why not put that information happily on the door, printed for everybody to see? I think that's the next step.